Hey guys, this is Bhagat, and today we're going to be doing a quick sketch of a warrior. So, as I'm drawing this, I'm going in with the intention of drawing a warrior. However, there's two things that are happening here as I'm drawing this. One is the knowledge and the knowledge of anatomy and all those things, the knowledge of human gesture, how they pose, and emotions and all that. And two is just going in and painting with joy, just painting for the fun of it, and not worrying about what it's going to look like, whether it's going to look right or wrong, or whether it's going to look good or not. And these two things, I think, work simultaneously in art and even in our lives, to basically create magic. They create magic when you have knowledge and when you have freedom from outcome. When you put those two things together, it's just magic. And so in this painting, in this drawing, when I'm drawing the character, I'm keeping in mind the underlying musculature and the fat percentage, the body fat percentage, and the skeletal system, because that's going to help me create the figure that I want to create, right? So the figure, it should be clear that this person is muscular, that this person has a little bit of fat on them, they're bulky, and that they have you want to also draw certain bones in, like that elbow joint. It's got these bones and tendons that you want to keep in mind. But at the same time when I'm thinking of this knowledge, I'm also letting the drawing sort of come about spontaneously. So there's things in this drawing that just came about in the spot. For example, his beard. I didn't plan it to be like that. Maybe I wouldn't have even painted a beard. Maybe it would just been a character without a beard. But it sort of came about spontaneously. I didn't want that parted beard. This is like happening as I'm drawing. The turban. I wasn't going in thinking, oh, I'm going to do it like this. It just sort of happened in that manner. And same with this arm. And I'm painting this arm actually to, that arm with the spikes and all that. I'm painting that in to show that this character isn't a historical figure. It's not a historical drawing. It's actually, it's a different universe where people have these weird arms with spikes on them. That's basically it. And then of course I can come up with a more fantastical story later on. But as I'm drawing this, I want to differentiate between historical and fantastical genres. So that's why I put in the arm. And that arm as well came about spontaneously. That wasn't something that I was planning in the beginning. I went in this with the intention of with the intent of just painting a warrior. But there's a lot of things that happened in the drawing which were spontaneous, that I wasn't thinking about, and they came out of the moment of when I was drawing. They just came out of that moment, in the moment where I was just enjoying the drawing and I was enjoying the process. And this is what I said in the beginning, that when you have knowledge of how to paint figures, knowledge of how to paint certain amount of musculature, turbans, weapons and stuff, when that knowledge comes together with a freedom of outcome, where meaning that you're simply enjoying the process and you're not worried about whether it's going to look good in the end or anything like that. You're just enjoying. You're in there to enjoy it. You're in there to just have a good time and to just have fun. And when those two things come together, knowledge and freedom of outcome, then what you get is magic. Whether that's drawing or that's real life, that's always going to lead to the best outcome, in my opinion. So I think this drawing is a good example of that, because I actually like this drawing, and it comes from having knowledge of the subject matter, right? How to paint, how to draw a muscular warrior, how to draw a turban, how to draw a beard, sword, shield, and it comes from this, just being free of any kind of outcome. whether it's going to look good or whether it's going to look this way or that way. When you're free from that, then the spontaneity can come through, and you do things, and you draw things that are kind of different, that you would not have expected if you had gone in completely planned. That's what I think anyway. That if you have this sort of childlike attitude of, I'm just gonna have fun with this, then I think the drawing just looks better. I think it just comes out in a better way.